kids, what's up? Today we are filming or doing another episode of MCRC Album Wars, and today we are going to talk about Black and Blue versus Penny Lane. Now, again, we're going to go into underground bands, so if you haven't heard of these guys, probably check them out or whatever. The first band we're going to talk about is Black and Blue, and their album's called Black and Blue, and it came out in 1984. I don't know too much about the band, except that I think Gene Simmons was involved in funding for the band. And they also come from Portland. So, yeah, rock on Portland. And I want to talk about one of their songs on the album, The Strong Will Rock. I really like that song a lot because it starts off the album really cool, and it has a lot of cool layers to it and everything, and there's a lot of voices, I guess you could say, with the backing vocals and everything, and I really dig that. Actually, they kind of remind me of Warren a lot because Warren also does a lot of those gang vocals a lot. It's really cool. It's kind of it's like they're a gang, which is awesome. Yeah, because, it works because, you're a band. You know what I mean? So, the next song, I really want to talk about Wicked Bitch because, for starters, I really like the title, and I really like how they're sticking it to women because they deserve to be sucked to, you know what I mean? Those little fucking bitches. I hate women. Yes. And besides the title being great, I really like how hot and heavy the riffs were. Because it's it went along with the title. They didn't just give you the title. They gave you the lyrics and they gave you the composition, which was all great in my opinion. And I'm the King also has awesome composition. This band is actually, this whole album, from what I get from the band, is that they really put in the work with the lyrics, the titles, and the instruments, and how just how everything works together very well. They're a great band. So check them out if you haven't heard of them. Next, we're gonna move on to Penny Lane, and we're gonna talk about their. It's kind of like an album. It's an anthology. So it's called Anthology 1991 through 1998 because they're very underground. They got started at a terrible time to start a glam band. Unfortunately, they're younger. So, yeah. I really love every song on this album. And I really want to talk about their song Crush on You. It's a really, really great song. And it's, I don't know, it's you can tell they're young, so there's a little bit of high school in there, the way they arrange the songs and the way they're titled, but then at the same time, you can tell, they grown up and they dealt with, the way chicks are, and they just are not having anymore. Their song, She Goes By. Yeah, that one. And they're kind of talking about how she just thinks she's older and she thinks she's grown up, but really she's just some 16-year-old bitch, you know what I mean? You know how women are. They think they own the world when they do something right. I don't know. But I really like how they also have lots of gang vocals and really awesome riffs there. And yeah, it's really cool. It's funny because they remind me of, this band, they remind me of Poison a lot. Especially how they do their gang vocals and their speaking parts. It's they kind of tell a story almost. They have a story thing going on. How Bret Michaels kind of explains the stories going on. And it's he kind of brings in the youth and boyhood. And they kind of do that too. And I think that's really cool. And it's funny because Black and Blue sounds a lot they remind me of Warren and they remind me of Poison, and Warren really like Poison. They kind of had a little tiff going on for a little bit. So, and I want to talk about their other song, Now's the Time is also a really cool song I liked on the album. And my friend Roman the Gypsy, check him out if you haven't, and check out the cover too. It's on YouTube. It's a really great song, and I like how heavy the guitar is. It almost mimics the heaviness of a bass. It's like it's almost like they turned the knob down on the guitar and made it like kind of the strings sound bigger and thicker. You know what I mean, on the guitar, which is really cool. And yeah, they just have a lot of like really awesome songs throughout the album, and I really dig. There was a lot more bass going on later in the album, I noticed. Like, earlier, it was a little softer. And later in the album, I noticed it got a little heavier. And I thought that was a really cool effect. I would like to hear, you know me, I like hearing bass all the time. So, I would like to hear more. But I thought it was cool how they added it more heavier later. It kind of gave a interesting effect throughout the album, and you're never really bored when you're listening to Penny Lane. They have a lot awesome sounds going on, and they're not playing at all. They're fun, and they're a fun time. They're a party, and I like to party. Yep. So yeah, that's about it. And I guess now we will talk about the polls. And Penny Lane won the polls, the people's vote. And down here at the studio, they also won our hearts. So make sure to check them out. I know they're underground, so make sure to check them out. Don't get them confused with that shitty-ass Beatles song, because we're not having any of that here. And make sure to check out Black and Blue, too, because even though they didn't win, those queens are still fierce, and I like them very much. Yep. So I hope to see you guys next Wednesday or whatever, and make sure to stay metal and shit like that, and don't follow the crowd, and don't be a bitch. Yeah, see you guys later.